guess this morning. I've been laying down most of the day. Me and my son been staying up playing video games till about 5. It was about 5 o'clock this morning. I let him. Still a little bit of resting now. When it comes down to certain things and people try to make it seem like, I don't know, they go above and beyond trying to make it seem like I'm the problem. When I pretty much was doing a lot to help take care of the family my whole life. And my father, this house was only $23,000. My fiance got it. I was helping her. I made the mortgage payments. She was going to school. So I made the mortgage payment and utilities. She told me we never could get married until she finished school because it was going to mess up her financial aid. But the whole time I made the mortgage payments and utility payments. She had an EBT card for her children. And when my father found a way to step in, and he called himself trying to help with the baby at first. But then it got to the point where she said she really didn't want him around. I don't know what happened there. I feel played in a lot of situations because I worked. That's the reason why I don't take the extra initiative and go out there and be busy. Because sometimes when you're busy, people will take advantage of you while you're away. Like even when it comes out to this house, like I said, it was $23,000. So when my fiance died, my dad said he was gonna make sure he got the house for me and my son. I still have the original paper, man. The tax value ends up went up on the house. I think last time I checked, it was $44,000 because it's an older home. But he moved all his extra stuff into the house to try to weaken the foundation on the house. Because he said he always know a person. But this house was in good shape. I had already started doing repairs in certain areas. But he is the type when he gets homes, or he's never really had a home. My father never had a house. They have found a way to get in there. Once they get a home, they take advantage of the insurance companies and doing fake claims. So that, of course, he's been running around here lately, jumping and stomping on the floor, or acting like he can't pick his legs up. My uncle, he's always set stuff on fire. But then the people try to make it seem like I've been the one problem. No, that's how they've been building wealth, insurance claims. And when you try to expose a person's or the family's flaws, they want to make it seem like because you're not down with the program, they try to single you out. Some of the women they had been dating or buying those old abandoned homes, fixing them up and putting them in there. Those women had mental issues. They said they would help get them cleaned up. They had those women in their own substances in worse shape than they were when they were on the street. But when you try to expose them for that mess, they look like you the problem. I'm not worried about nobody trying to harm me. I pray to God 24/7 every time somebody come in and try to harm me. My angels, it's like they move like wind. So I'm not really worried about that. And it's just time for people to really know the truth. They sabotaged my business so people wouldn't invest into my business. Because even when I go do certain things for them, I don't get paid for none of that stuff. Because they told me I don't know, something about I was staying with them. I was staying with y'all. Sometimes certain situations, I was already in another house. My great grandmother had already, told me to go down and stay at her house when she was in the nursing home. But of course, they didn't want me to go down there anymore either. But they sent me down there to stay at the house. My stepfather didn't want me around the house. They've been getting rich off of them insurance claims. And my mother used to sell life insurance policy. Life insurance, whole insurance, annuities, stuff like that. They always convinced me to stay away from, cause they sent me to that class, but I wasn't focused on that. I was on air conditioning heat by that time. My sister, I think she wouldn't have finished doing that insurance class for mutual and whole life, term life, and annuities, all that stuff. But I stayed up, you know, I wasn't interested in that class. And when I started my business, they were always trying to keep me. Oh, don't get in debt. Don't get in debt. Stay out of credit. Stay out of the credit. Why? I would have been a whole lot further if I'd have started. Instead of I was using my cash. That's what kept me. Because my mother was she told me to stay out of debt. Because my mother died in a lot of debt. So I was spending my money to finance my business with the cash and resources I had available. My money. And when people realized I had so much money saved up, they were taking from me. And it's sad. Even when COVID came, I had my business. I started my business in 2018. People did not. I went to my sister's house with my information for my business, set up, and she was supposed to send it in so people could get a PPL loans. My business was struggling then because they told me to stop taking so many service calls and they want me to bring COVID potentially back to the house for my mother. So when we go to my sister's house to send the paper off to get the PPLE loans, they got all my IE in them and everything and sent it through. I watched my sister type everything on the computer, at least she acted like she did, and sent it through. I waited and waited and waited and waited. I know I have a legit business. When I called down to the place down there, they said they didn't get my information. But my sister, she was able to get one because she said she had a nonprofit. I said, how do you? I said, I have a real serious, a legitimate business. Every time you try to expose certain things in the family, they get those that you're trying. They get closer to you and try to isolate you to keep from really telling the truth. And I don't know why, but ever since my son was a baby, for some reason they've been trying to come between me and my son. I don't understand that. When I was working and sitting in even with those cars, people thought those cars that I had, that I had to work on those cars. Those cars weren't given to me. I worked on every car to fix them that I had, and I fixed those cars. I made those insurance payments. Even when it's way back to my white Suburban, my dad's Jeep. Something happened to my red Prelude. And when I got the white Suburban, people were like, "Oh, your dad bought your Suburban." They didn't know I was sending money down the road for my dad to make the insurance on payments on the truck and stuff like that. But he was the money I was sending to him. He wasn't paying it. My dad was staying in the woods then. The Crown Vic, when he gave it to me, had issues. My sister ended up, she drove that for the longest. Then I got it back. The Cadillac I had, my uncle gave it to me because it had a blown head gasket. I wouldn't have fixed that. And I had over 400,000 miles on that. I made the payments on, and it got all that stuff fixed and took out a loan on that so my sister could make her car payment when she had a silver Caliber. And I bought a new car. That like I was bigger than them. So I paid that car for 2 years, and they still try to put me in bondage, man. I had a Suburban, and somehow they got my Suburban. Somehow somebody, when they got it, they switched it over at DMV. They got it in the computer system. Look like I never even owned that Suburban. Guess what? I still had the original paperwork to that Suburban. People try to make it seem like I was the problem. I was this and that, or that I have some type of issue, man. I've been taking care of so many people my whole life. And it's the ones that I took care of seem like they turned on me. I trying to make it seem like I was the problem the whole time. When I came to realize what they were really doing behind closed doors, trying to expose certain people and their flaws. And like I say, they've been going above and beyond to try to separate me and my son and trying to hook me up with this girl that I don't even want to be bothered with. She be trolling me on, I see them fake YouTube channels. She be posting. I don't want nothing to do with that girl, man. And then that hidden agenda they be trying to. I don't want that, man. That thing they got, they send around. It look like it looks like a woman. I don't. But it's not. I don't. I'm not into that lifestyle. You will never. Ain't enough money. There's not enough money in the world. I'm sorry. Still could be my homeboy though. I'm not into that type of lifestyle, bro. I want my son to know he's a man. Anyway, man, I'm just venting this morning. I want people to realize what's really been going on. Y'all be blessed, be encouraged, get into your word. Get into your word. Go get certain books, prayers to reroute demons. Get in spiritual warfare books. They have them at the Christian bookstore, man. Sometimes it's why it's important to stay prayed up. Gotta see you through. Y'all be blessed. Be encouraged. Get into your word. Feed your spirit, man. This one's feed your natural. Y'all be blessed.